Okay, hi everyone, here's another very simple question, and it's what is better for controlling the ambient light if you're doing flash photography? Is it better, okay, say you've got to your max, you've got to your 250th of a second and you're shooting at f8, but you want it to be, you want the ambient light to be even darker. So like if you're shooting outside where it's really bright, you really want everything to be as dark as possible. Is it better to go into your FP mode, which is where the shutter and the flash work in a way where they go beyond its normal sync speed, or is it better just to close down the aperture even more? So for example, if I take a photo just now, let's say we put the flash in front of the window. So if we are shooting out of this window where it's kind of bright, and we have the camera set to a pretty fast speed of 250th of a second, f5.6. If we were to shoot out there, we get an alright photo. The sky is fairly dark and we've got good saturation, but say we wanted it to be even darker, we could either turn the shutter speed up to 500th of a second, so now the sky is even darker, or alternatively we can change the aperture to half the size, which would be going from f5.6 to f8, and that should give the same exposure. As you can see, there's nothing different in there, but does it make a difference with flash? Okay, so here's the original shot at 250th of a second, f5.6. This is the maximum sync speed, the 250th of a second, that the flash can do. Okay, and it is pretty darn bright. It's pretty much blowing out all the light all over here. But that's quite cool, I'm enjoying that. But let's say we want everything out of that window to look darker. We can take it up to f8, so that's one stop darker. And it's still pretty bright. You can see there's a little bit at the corners, there is less light as well, because the change in the aperture shuts down the amount of light that can come in from the flash. But let's say we put it back to f5.6, but we change the shutter speed so it's one stop darker. So that's going from 250th of a second up to 500th of a second. Now you can only do that with the special SB flashes that you get. A normal studio light will not let you go beyond its normal sync speed, unless it's future technology and you're watching this in the future. Let's see what the photo looks like here. Huge difference, huge difference. Definitely the outside is darker, but the amount of light that is able to come in from the flash is almost nothing compared to what it was before. A huge amount of light is taken away by going into the auto FP, the faster than sync speed modes which your flash can do. So if you're wanting anything to look darker, change the aperture before you change the shutter speed, or at least change the aperture before you go beyond the camera sync speed with your special flashes that can go into a hypersync where it can go faster than your sync speed, because it just takes out so much power. And if we go to 1,000th of a second, even darker. And compare that to maybe what, an f8 to an f11. Yeah, aperture wins every time. Hope that helps. Cheers, bye bye.